Lagos State's Resilience Office set to hold 2025 Water Risk Insurance Workshop. Nigerian Army advocates developmental journalism in tackling insecurity. On the foreign scene, South Korean Transport Ministry confirms loss of voice recorders 4 minutes before Jeju air flight crash. In sport, former Super Eagles forward Victor Ikpeba rallies support for new coach Chile. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. The Lagos State Resilience Office, LASRO, in partnership with the Resilient Cities Network, Global Insurance Intermediary Group, Howden, and key private sector stakeholders, is set to hold the Lagos State Water Risk and Insurance Workshop in Lagos. Chief Resilience Officer for Lagos State, Folayinka Dania, who made this known at a recent virtual meeting with stakeholders, explained that the workshop forms part of the 2024 Global Risk and Resilience Fellowship GRRF, a global initiative designed to help cities manage climate risks by leveraging insurance sector expertise. The workshops will focus on strengthening Lagos' capacity to understand and prioritize water risk, address data gaps, and overcome barriers to invest in water infrastructure. Attendees will engage in interactive sessions and discussions that explore how insurance tools can support urban resilience and attract private sector financing. The event will also showcase studies and insight from global experts on insurance and investment. The Office of Education Quality Assurance, OEQA, team has continued its monitoring of schools' resumption activities for the second term of the 2024-2025 academic section in schools before tertiary level across the state. The Coordinating Director, Office of Education Quality Assurance, OEQA, Remy Abdul, spoke during the fourth day of the exercise, reiterating the state's government concern about the performance of students during external examinations. Abdul charged principals to live up to expectations by performing their duties optimally and being role models. He also emphasized the importance of adopting the state government's safeguarding and child protection policy. The team took a tour around the school's facilities to ensure safety and a conducive environment for learners and teachers. The 10-day monitoring exercise, which started on Monday, January 6, 2025, will end on Friday, January 17, 2025. The Tutor General, Permanent Secretary, Education District 2, Anike Adekoyi, has extended appreciation and a commendation to a private corporate organization for its contributions and collaboration with the Ikorodu local government in upscaling education in the Ikorodu division of Lagos State. She gave the commendation during the reception organized by the district to honor the winners of the Ikorodu division senior secondary schools debate organized by the Ikorodu local government. Adekoye further emphasized the need for other private individuals and corporate organizations to join hands with the government in a bid to improve the education sector across the state. The Tutor General and Permanent Secretary stated that the event was designed to showcase the high intellect of the student and the outstanding commitment of the teachers, emphasizing that the initiative will go a long way in inspiring and motivating the student to go the extra mile to achieve success. Adekoye, while congratulating the winners, asserted that the students were testament to the gains of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's Themes Plus agenda and the commitment of the Commissioner for Basic Education, Jamiu Ali Balogun, and the great support of the Deputy Governor, Abafemi Hamzat, in the education sector in Lagos State. Now to the rest of the stories. The Commander, 17 Brigade Nigerian Army, Katsina, Babatunde Omokpariola, says developmental journalism should be accorded priority in the effort towards tackling insecurity. Omokpariola made this known during a luncheon with members of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Katsina State Council, led by its chairman, Tukur Den Ali, held at the Command Officers Mess, Katina. The event aimed at commemorating the upcoming 2025 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day, as well as creating a robust, friendly environment for journalists to operate. Baruwa also challenged media practitioners to be patriotic in the performance of their duties and avoid report that would be detrimental to national interest and security. He made special tribute to colleagues who have paid the supreme price in the defense of their fatherland, while noting that the brigade under his watch will continue to provide for the welfare and comfort of their families. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is seeking additional funding for the federal government in preparation for the 2027 general elections. INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu stated this while appearing before the Joint Committee on Electoral Matters at the National Assembly in Abuja to defend the Commission's 2025 budget proposal. Yakubu explained the need for additional funding to support key areas of INEC's work, needing funding to include the continuous voter registration exercise, logistics for off-cycle elections, replacing damaged election materials like bimodal voter accreditation systems, ballot boxes, and voting cubicles, as well as repairing INEC offices in local government areas. He said 2025 is a crucial year for preparing for the 2025 general elections and stressed the importance of receiving funds on time to ensure smooth operations. Yakubu added that INEC remains dedicated to strengthening the electoral process and sustaining democracy in Nigeria. South Korean Transport Ministry says flight data and cockpit voice recorders from the passenger plane that crashed last month stopped recording 4 minutes before the disaster. The crash of the Jeju Air flight killed 179 people, making it the deadliest air accident in Korean soil. On Korean soil, 2 cabin crew members were the only survivors. Investigators had hoped that data on the recorders would provide insight about the crucial moment before the tragedy. The ministry said it would analyze what caused the black boxes to stop recording. A former Transport Ministry accident investigator, Sim-Wai Dung, said the loss of data from the crucial final minute was surpassing that suggested that all power, including backup, could have been cut. Many questions remain unanswered as investigators have been looking at the role that a bird strike or weather conditions may have played. In sport now, former Super Eagles forward Victor Ikpeba has rallied support for newly appointed head coach of the team, Eric Chelle. Ikpeba says he is not surprised with the reaction the appointment he caused. He solicits for support for Chile so that Nigeria will feature at next year's World Cup in USA, Canada, and Mexico. Chile was named substantive head coach of the 3-time African champions this week. And that's it on the news at 4, but just before we go, always obey road signs and traffic light. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration strengthened alliance with 200 representatives from various women-focused NGOs in the state as part of effort to alleviate the economic plight of women resident in the state? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Resilience Office, LASRO, in partnership with the Resilient Cities Network Global Insurance Intermediary Group, Howden, and the key private sector stakeholders are set to hold the Lagos Water Risk and Insurance Workshop in Lagos. The Commander 17 Brigade Nigerian Army, Katsina State Babatunde Baruwa, has stated that developmental journalism should be accorded priority in the effort towards tackling insecurity. We also told you the South Korean Transport Ministry has stated that flight data and the cockpit voice recorders from the passenger plane that crashed last month stopped recording 4 minutes before the disaster. Finally, in sport, former Super Eagles forward Victor Ikpeba has rallied support for newly appointed head coach of the team, Eric Chile. For contacts with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Coyote Mafalashiri. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon and welcome to the return trip.